Why does God permit suffering? My God, there is so much suffering. There always has been, hasn't there, down through the ages? Well, I finally got this question in my correspondence, and I sometimes heave and sigh, because how can I possibly answer in an email one of the greatest questions of all time? It's not a funny thing, I admit, but it is a little frustrating at times. I feel so unworthy to even address such a thing. I'll share with you my notes in my written response. It's such a big topic. So, first off, when I talk about this subject, I'm going to tell you in advance, nothing I or anyone can tell you in answer to the question, why does God permit suffering, that will satisfy you. When you're suffering, you hurt. When you hurt, you generally don't understand why, and you can't wait for it to end. When you see others suffer, you think, why? How can it end? Okay, so here are some points by point. I'm going to build a case, so kind of bear with me. Don't quiet the mind with all your objections until you hear me out. Okay, number one. If life were perfect, would you know that it was perfect? Does a fish know he's in water? 2. If life were forever enjoyable, would we ever ask the question, what's it all about? 3. Can sweet exist without sour? 4. Do great epics, novels, movies, and conversation focus on the pleasantries of a summer picnic? No, we dwell upon and regale ourselves on our victories and battles won, sacrifices made, handicaps overcome, or the great sacrifices made by others on behalf of us. Challenges draw from us courage, energy, and initiative to go where none has gone before, at least where we haven't gone before. We do so even if in the telling and in the facts many losses, deaths, and suffering may occur. Indeed, we honor the dead and the fallen. 5. Some of the greatest men and women, heroes all, down through history, have risen to their glory from the ashes of lack, abuse, trials, and difficulties. What is said then of the rest of us? Do we live in comfort? Is comfort any kind of victory? 6. We are told that all matter, all particles, all magnetic energies are polar, positive and negative, with neutral in between. 7. Is it possible that pain and suffering are necessary even for the world to exist, even for the world to be perceived by us, to be worthy of investigation? For what is day without night? 8. If so, what is its purpose? Could the purpose of suffering be to awaken us to the challenge that the riddle of suffering poses for us? Did not Lord Buddha leave his palace of pleasure to answer the question how to overcome the threefold suffering of illness, old age, and death? 9. What then is the cause of suffering? Apart from its perhaps existential necessity to make the universal drama even exist, what is its cause so far as I am concerned? Am I the cause of my suffering? Is suffering random? Is life random? Why was the drama of life created to begin with? To torture us? What drama of any interest lacks a protagonist and an antagonist? Our hearts and our life experience require from us a commitment to the law of cause and effect, consequences. We could not sustain life itself if we did not believe that we could improve our circumstances towards health, better relationships, a better income, and so forth, a deeper connection with God. The prophets of East and West, those who have demonstrated power over life and death, aver that there is an invisible power, a force of love behind it all. We can disagree over whether we're happy that somebody up there made a decision to create, being as it would seem at our expense, but the truth is also, most people on this planet wouldn't have it any other way. They're busy seeking pleasure and profit, status, wealth, etc. It's exactly what they want it this way. Even though they know that they're going to die, even though they know that their wealth can be taken away, or their health taken away, or their human friendship and love betrayed, nonetheless, what were they thinking? And so, here and there, someone begins to ask the tough questions. Here and there, someone is willing to carry the cross to the Calvary to be resurrected. And what is that cross? That cross is the ego. That cross is our desires, which, like the waves on the sea, or the winds in the air, or the clouds above, come and go, ebb and flow. The soul's resurrection occurs when we offer our lives, our egoity, with self-offering, with devotion, on the cross of ego transcendence, that the soul may rise again. The soul which is within us, the kingdom of heaven, Jesus said, is within us. The great scriptures of East and West aver that we are that. We are made in that divine image, and our purpose is to know the truth that shall make us free. Non-attachment, kindness, vitality, virtue, and deep communion with the indwelling self is admittedly a long road, but it's the road to freedom. And the road that brought us here today to ask questions is also a long road of experimentation, success, and failure. And until the rounds of life and birth and death, success and failure, health and wealth and disease and illness and suffering, until it creates in us, flashes within us the memory of heaven. The memory, as the prodigal son had, of my Father's home, and the anguishing monotony of ongoing ups and downs and all-arounds. When that occurs, usually prompted by the great prophets who come in every age to remind us of the good news. Tattvamasi, thou art the soul. Be free. Yes, it's difficult. The pearl of great price is not won cheaply. God is dreaming this universe, for all there is God alone, beginning, end, and forever. Beneath all appearances is the uniting thread of God consciousness. This is that truth. Why God created, who can say? But if God is bliss, it is the very nature of bliss to want to share. And so, when we meet the divine Creator, we can ask all the questions if there are any unanswered. When we meet the Creator, those answers will flow, and looking back, we can laugh and rejoice in the greatest story ever told, our own.